Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Pro AVL Weekly Roundup. Our team is attending the BIR TV show in Beijing this week, but also put some time aside for a 3-day seminar in a nearby hotel held by DMT, with well-known brands such as Genelec, Harman, Shaw, SSL and Ordinate set to take part. Richard and Chris are also currently in Australia at the moment, so let's cut across to them and find out what they've been up to in Melbourne.
Good day, Simon. We're out here in Melbourne. We did make it the 10,500 miles 4 years later. We've been catching up with the movers and the shakers and looking at applications this week. Went to Tag V, who opened up last time I was here, and they've really matured and settled into their facility in Collingwood. We met the legendary Bruce Johnston of JPJ. He led us through one or two of his latest projects, including Pandora Nightclub, and also we went on to the Regent Theatre Plaza Ballroom, where he's worked his magic there as well with a D&B system through National Audio Systems. Factory Sound celebrating their 30th anniversary next year. They've got into Dolby immersive technology now. They've got a special immersive room there. It's added a new dimension for them and it's going to be very popular amongst the community here. Group Technologies, Shane Cannon, their sales director, led us through the innovations that have taken place there. They've transformed it into an experience centre. I don't expect to see GT at a trade show anytime soon. They'll be bringing the trade show to them. I dropped into the Melbourne Recital Centre and caught up with my old friend from Holland, Yas van Andel. He led us through the backstage area where they've implemented new Riedel intercoms, put in new networks, and they've got a couple of Digico Punqtum consoles in there. The world after COVID is a very busy place. And that was also shown at Northcote Theatre. Front of House Productions engaged NAS4 to put a D&B solution, and they've done a wonderful job at doing that with some good acoustic works. And we've just come back out of ACU here, which has just engaged with Pereira Wilson Projects to put in a simulation hybrid high flex facility for their learning needs. We've been given a great Melbourne welcome, some wonderful coffees and hospitality, and we've enjoyed ourselves. Sydney's got a lot to answer for next week if it doesn't come up to the same standards.
Thanks Richard. Well, it sounds like they've had a very busy week. For its 50th anniversary, AEB Industriali, the company behind the dbTechnologies brand, has chosen the Civic Museums of Bologna to celebrate this significant milestone, offering the public a gift, free admission to the museums over the weekend and the distributed project Art Beats. In addition to viewing and engaging with art, the public will also be invited to listen to 7 sound installations, each inspired by the associated museum's collections. Over to Yas Island in Abu Dhabi now, as SeaWorld, said to be the region's first marine life theme park, recently opened its doors. Unusual rigging was brought on board to handle the various rigging installations around the park. The project included a series of acrylic ceiling panels in the venue's central hub, One Ocean, an underwater cave with rocky arches marking the entrances to the park's other areas. The URE team's solution was to design and fabricate a firm, adjustable, well-supported bed to coax the panels into their designated position. In Seoul, Gucci recently celebrated the launch of its Cruise 2024 collection at Gyeongbokgung Palace. The evening blended the worlds of Italian and South Korean design and showcased the heritage of Gucci alongside the multicultural style found on the streets of Seoul. Due to the venue's historical nature, the team had to be cautious with the installation and deployment of the system. Parisian production company Bureau Betek called on Dasan SR for a comm system, for which they selected a Punqtum wired intercom solution set to accompany Riedel's Bolero. Israel's One Tongue is an audiovisual art installation created by artist Dojleka Levi and installed by AB Electronics for the Bell Caves at Biak Govern in Moresha National Park, where one musical piece is performed by a choir of 4 singers in Hebrew, Arabic and Aramaic. 7 Epson laser projectors were placed in the caves at different heights and positions, providing video projections that focused on the singer's lips. Additionally, a range of NEXO speakers were supplied in a colour that blended in with the caves. Well, that's it for another week's roundup. This time next week I'll be heading off to Johannesburg and Richard and Chris will be moving onwards to Sydney. In the meantime, we're being treated to a nice long weekend thanks to a bank holiday in the UK, and we're all hoping for a return of the sunshine. See you next week.